Nutrition of the day. Yesterday we talked about having our lunch and including our lean source of protein, our good fats, our smart carbohydrates and our vegetables, which is what we want to be including in every single meal. Now, I talked about it from a lunch point of view, but dinner and lunch can be or should be relatively the same kinds of meals. Maybe at dinner you might, for example, take away the smart carbohydrates or reduce your smart carbohydrates if you're having more than one portion size, just so you don't have that extra energy before you go to bed. But that's a personal thing. Now, I also talked about increasing your efficiency within the kitchen. So for example, if you normally cook during the day, then make extra for dinner at night. Or if you normally cook at night, then make extra for lunch the next day. To go further on that, every time you get in the kitchen, aim to cook 4, 6, 8 meals, however many meals you can. But just remember that food does have a use by date. Normally about 3 days after you cook something is about when we want to eat it by. So even if you mark it down on that container so you know when you cooked it, in case you're doing multiple different meals and having them all in the fridge at the same time. All right, so dinner. Now, we talked about having a paleo parmigiana or a healthy version of a parmigiana for lunch yesterday. Now, that's a really good thing for if you know you really love a certain type of food, so whether you love Italian and you love your pizza and pasta, or your Chinese cuisine and you love your rice, whatever it is, it can be of benefit if you look for a healthy option to substitute the foods that you love. Then you're not going to feel like you're missing it as much. So a couple of really good ideas. You can find a paleo base for pizza. So some bases use coconut flour, some bases use almond meal. So go out and do a little bit of research and find a good base for a pizza, because generally a pizza is relatively healthy, except for the oils they normally put. If you buy a store-bought one, they use hydrogenated oils, which is really bad for us. But also the crust itself is extremely high in carbohydrates and really processed carbohydrates. So if you find a better alternative for a base, then what you can put on it, you can just put chicken and capsicum and all the good stuff on it, and it's actually quite a healthy meal. Pasta, there's quite a few different options for pasta. If you're a bit of a hard gainer and you are having the extra carbohydrates, then there is like sweet potato noodles, which are made purely of sweet potato starch. They can be found in the Asian section of the supermarket. Then zucchini noodles is a great option. There's also, you can make sweet potato noodles as well, depending on how much carbs you're already having within your meals. Pasta generally is relatively high in carbs, especially if you're having a tomato-based sauce. So again, research that. Try the zoodles or zucchini noodles. Try the sweet potato noodles. Try the sweet potato starch noodles. Have a play around with that. And the good thing about a pasta is whatever you make the sauce with, whatever you have as the pasta, it's going to absorb all of that flavor. Another one is rice. So cauliflower rice is really, really simple to make. And again, it absorbs all the flavor of the meal. So if you make a really tasty sauce, then it's going to be absorbed by that cauliflower rice and it's going to taste almost like the real thing. So go out there, do a little bit of research, have a look at those healthy noodles, have a look at the healthy version of the rice, and have a look at the healthy version of a pizza base. If you're just like a meat and 3 veg kind of person, then life is easy for you. Lean protein, smart carbohydrates, vegetables, and fat. Enjoy your dinner tonight.